Well, what I've shared with the commissioner, and I've also shared publicly, is the fact that we can never go back to the days where Eric Adams would go on national television and open the door to the NYPD handling civil immigration enforcement. That can never even be entertained.
My dear beloveds, moving on. In other news, crazy things. New York is starting to already look like Germany in the 1930s. And this is Mamdani's new New York. It's just already coming into fruition. Just yesterday, approximately 200 pro-Palestinian protesters gathered outside Park East Synagogue in Manhattan. This is in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, for those who are not familiar. And this is where a Jewish immigration to Israel event was being held by the organization Nefesh B'Nefesh. And the chanting crowd included slogans such as death to the IDF, or globalize the Intifada, which calls for, the death of Jews everywhere. And the other chant was the resistance is glorious. Protesters reportedly harassed Jews entering the building, hurled anti-Jewish insults, and denied Israel's right to exist. The event underlined how Jewish institutions in New York are now becoming frontline targets for modern anti-Semitism, not just in Jerusalem or in Gaza, but also here in the American diaspora, unfortunately. It's sad to see. It's so sad to see this because, we thought that we were past this. We seem to be able to move past other things, but for some reason, every once in a while, this anti-Semitism, or, I know people are tired of that word, but Jew hatred, I don't know what you call this. Everybody has all these claims. Oh, if you ask anything about Israel and different things like that, people have to take into an effect, even if people are hypersensitive about it. There are some people that are hypersensitive about it, but let's look at why, right? This is not going on all over the world about any other people group. No other people group are under this type of scrutiny all over the world. We have seen these riots. We have seen, this type of behavior. And everybody goes, oh, if you question anything about Israel, then you're anti-Semite, and that's not fair. I mean, I would understand if everybody was going through the exact same thing. Here's some of the clips from this riot. And globalize the Intifada. And like I said, I would see if this was something that was going on, amongst many different people groups or whatever, but you don't see it. And when it comes to Jews, no matter how you may think people perceive us, everybody has such a strong opinion. They have such a strong opinion, either to the right or to the left. And I'm not talking about politically. I'm just talking about those that love, those that hate. And it's becoming very, very clear, contrary to all the haters, right? Those who are anti-Israel and trying to keep Jews, or to give back Palestinians their land, there is no safe place. It's becoming more and more clear for Jews that there's no safe place for them except for within Israel. This went on for hours yesterday, and it's ridiculous to see just even the response from the NYPD. Death to the IDF. Like, what does that have to do with anybody inside of that synagogue at that seminary? Obviously not in the IDF. Obviously interested in moving to their homeland, to the Holy Land. Has nothing to do with the IDF. And people are, oh, you guys are being hypersensitive about Israel. Look at what's going on. It would never cease to amaze me how people think that this is such a small thing. But I'm telling you, you are getting a glimpse into Mamdani's New York. And these things, now you'll see, I'm going to show you another clip of the police just not doing anything about this. Standing there, not doing their job. Get these people out of the way. It's protesting and free speech. It has to be within reason. What does it have to do with this organization here trying to help Jews move back to Israel? Like, it has nothing to do with it. There's no reason in the world that people should be blocked from being able to go in and take part in this event. But it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, and I've told you, that when Mamdani gets in, when he's officially the guy, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Look how the police stand by. They don't do anything. Roll clip 4.
Right here. Can you just go over there and hold us? We have another area over there. I know, but first we got to get rid of these people. In front of us, Shiva. The cops need to do their job. The cops need to do their job. The people should not be in front of the synagogue. How come you guys are not doing? How come you guys are not getting rid of these people, officer? Officer, how come you're not getting rid of these people? Look, they're just standing. Look, they're not moving. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Officers, do your job. Officers, do your job. Officers, do your fucking job.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see such a thing going on like this in New York, but I think that this is the beginning of it. And I think that, you know, the era is over of the help. And New York Jewry, you just have to know that. I mean, regardless of how, you know, you may have felt, you know, I knew Mayor Adams, I know Mayor Adams, you know, when it came to this type of thing, he did not tolerate anti-Semitism, right? And so for me, you know, people are going to have to figure out what they're going to do, because there's no doubt, there's absolutely no doubt that this is going to get much worse than this. Here's Mayor Adams on the incident.
And I'll say it again. If I was a Jewish New Yorker with children, I would be concerned right now. I would be concerned right now. And that's something we should not normalize. And it should not be accepted. And I'm not willing to accept it.
And I don't think we should be willing to accept it. I don't think so. Like I said, this is going to be a norm for Mamdani's New York. And you could just set yourself up for it. And along with that, everything that the Democrats had did just during the last 4 years of Joe Biden, of allowing a lot of American infiltration by leaving the borders open, allowing people, and everybody's worried about the Venezuelans and the Mexicans or whatever the case is. There are already discoveries of so many terrorists, the terrorists from who was a part of October 7th, who was found in Louisiana, Hamasnik. Like, these people are already in there. They already have infiltrated you. And then you have to worry about all the people who've been miseducated by the Qatari money that came in. So this is what you're going to see. And this will be the norm. Unfortunately, if this guy stays here, if Mamdani is allowed to continue a term or whatever, this is actually what's going to be. Mamdani was recently interviewed and talking about ICE in particular because, you know, as everybody does, you know, when they're politicians, they try to act like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to do this, I won't comply, and all these other things like that. Here with Mamdani, and then I'm going to show you another clip of what actually is taking place behind the scenes. Mamdani, roll clip 3.
Is coming a day after Tom Homan said in an interview that ICE is going to be back in New York City, that agents are going to be conducting operations and raids. Did you talk to the police commissioner about that fact that she was tipped off to that one in Lower Manhattan a couple of weeks ago? And if that were to happen again, if she were tipped off, how would you want her to respond?
Well, what I've shared with the commissioner, and I've also shared publicly, is the fact that we can never go back to the days where Eric Adams would go on national television and open the door to the NYPD handling civil immigration enforcement. That can never even be entertained. The other day, I was speaking with a New Yorker who broke into tears as she told me about her aunt, who had been visited by ICE at their home, at the school, at so many places of how she engaged with the world around her as a New Yorker. People are living in fear. And what we will ensure is the NYPD will be delivering public safety, not assisting ICE in their attempts to fulfill the administration's goal of creating the single largest deportation force in America.
Let's see. Let's see if this actually happens. So behind the scenes, of course, as you know, these politicians are, it tells the story, oh, there was a young lady or whatever the case is. Here's President Trump. He's actually in this clip talking about, I believe it's Venezuela that wants to talk to him. But you'll see in the upper right corner a tweet of President Trump actually revealing that Mamdani himself has reached out to the President of the United States, and they are slated for a meeting. Check this clip.
You said Venezuela wants to talk. What does that mean?
Venezuela would like to talk. What does it mean? You tell me. I don't know.
So when you see this, it says up there, communist mayor. of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, has asked for a meeting. We have agreed that this meeting will take place at the Oval Office on Friday, November 21st. Further details to follow. That's up there in the right corner.
I talk to anybody. I talk to you, right? I talk to anybody. We'll see what happens.
You said Venezuela wants to talk. What does that mean?
Venezuela would like to talk.
So one thing to keep into perspective from all of this is that, a lot of people may feel like, this isn't really our problem. This isn't really our thing. We have to worry about America first. We have to think about all of this. Listen, it's a very old adage, but it has to be said. First, they come for the Saturday people. Then they come for the Sunday people. And the reason why I'm saying this is that these people in particular, especially these people outside the synagogue, these people are in war right now with God himself. That's what they are. They're in war at war with morality. They are at war with the Judeo-Christian values. That's what they are. And what's happening is right now you see the partnering between radical Islam and jihadists and this group working together for the greater bad, right? For all things that would destroy the United States and destroy the foundation of the United States, which is values, our values. And so therefore, nobody should look over this. Nobody should be saying that, it doesn't have anything to do with me. This has something to do with everybody. And because New York City, which is, largely the most migrated city in all the United States, has a socialist Muslim mayor at a time when jihadist countries are pouring in money to destroy and to manipulate America. This is the war. Wake up. Wake up. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this clip. Thank you guys so much. And remember to serve God, to live trying. I'm out. I just want to let you know that we have launched Nissim Black Store. All you have to do is go online, order yourself one of these amazing mugs, God is King, with a matching t-shirt. We have a whole plethora of different shirts that are all about representing God wherever you go. As believers in the one true God of Israel, it is our duty not to hide, not to back down, not to shy away from expressing our faith wherever it is that we go. If you want to go and walk righteously before your God with a nice t-shirt, with a nice sweater, with a mug that's reminding us constantly that God is here with us, go to nissimblack.store and make sure you get yourself some merch. It really helps support this channel and everything that we're doing and everything that we plan to do. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.